If you don't already know, they have all our seeds, all African seeds are stored, because they foresee a time where everything is going to crumble, and it's coming very, very soon. And literally, someone said here on this app that our future as Africans is in the past, is in how we used to do things in the past. That is our future, which means we all have to go back to understanding who we are, how we farmed, how we lived, who we who we connected to, because the word worship is very colonized. There's no such thing as worship in the African culture. We connected. For example, in my community, if a child is born, we slaughter an animal, either a cow, usually a smaller animal like a sheep, and the blood is poured on the ground to connect to our ancestors. It was not a form of worship. It was connecting the child, the newborn child, to the ancestors. That was the significance of it. We connected to earth. We literally remember how remember how there was a time when not wearing shoes was a barbaric, a sign of poverty. It was because you're not learned. Our parents used to give us those stories of struggle where they didn't have shoes, and in real sense now it's grounding. It's cool when they do it, it's barbaric when we do it. Just saw a video of Italians building the exact same houses our ancestors have been building for years, but now it's a fairy tale, and it's cool, and it's preserving nature, because it's always cool when they do it, but barbaric when we do it. Camping is literally how Africans used to live on a day-to-day basis. Once you're done with farming, you just chill. Now suddenly, the sun is very important for you. The sun is really good for you. But when we do it, we were lazy. We are sun. I remember there's a time in high school when we were not allowed to sunbathe because it was lazy. Go and read. Go and be constructive. The thing that is most essential to me as a black woman with this skin, being out in the sun, was lazy. Now our arts and craft that was apparently we worshipped, because like I said, the word worship is very colonized, it's very whitewashed. There's no such thing as worship when it comes to African culture. That is something that was put in us to make us feel, like we are inferior to them. How you're worshipping the wind? What are you, a psycho? Do you know that instead of literally I'm just breathing in air because the wind has all the air that I need, and then someone is gonna be like, oh no, you need to worship a god you don't see, because apparently now that's superior. Something you can't even, there's no evidence, they've never been able to show us proof that this god exists, but somehow when we worship, when we connect to, see, I'm also trying to unlearn it. When we are connecting to elements that actually exist, we are the dumb ones. And there's a lot of whitewashing, and that's why I keep saying, and I'm going to keep saying, let's go back to our past. And the best way of doing that is learning about our past without the whitewashing, realizing what's true, what's the lie, which one was whitewashed, which one was put negatively. Another thing that I have realized, and I need people to come to terms with, is we used to be very close with animals, what they call wild animals. Once upon a time, we did in fact relate to animals. We lived in harmony with animals, and I need people to understand that. And there's a reason why they used to say, Africans, do you guys have like pet horses, pet elephants, and pet leopards? And it was put in such a negative connotation to make you feel like that's a stupid thing. But when you really think about it, imagine having a lion as a pet. That's some cool ass shit. And that's the thing, we did have lions. These stories are not something we imagined, and there's a reason there's such a negative connotation towards having a pet lion and a pet cheetah and a pet elephant and a pet giraffe. It's because we literally had them, not as pets but as companions on this earth, on this Africa, in this continent. We did in fact have animals. And I recently saw that, and I recently understood that it reached a point in time when a child was growing up, they will go out and find an animal and they will connect on a soul to soul. Hence the word spirit animal. Literally, spirit animal is the animal that you connected to on a spiritual level. That was a thing we did. And people, and we were so brainwashed such that you had to like defend yourself. Oh no, we are very developed. Very developed. We don't have pet animals. We don't have pet wildlife. As if it's such a bad thing to have. Imagine having a bloody lion in your room. And it's completely and you guys connect, and it protects you. You guys go out there and feed together, you hunt together. God damn, that's some cool ass shit. Why did we ever who made us feel like it was wrong to do that? Because generally I want a pet lion and a snake and a elephant. I want all of them, because why not? We need to go back to our roots, man. Hey, there's so much to discover.
So guys, I hope you have listened to that advice from our African leader. And before I comment on what she has come out and say, kindly guys, if you are watching me for the first time, remember to subscribe, like, share, and also comment. To my returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back and watching my video. So guys, you have listened to what this sister, she has come out and say about the West, how the black people, they were living before the palm color came in Africa, or the colonizers came in Africa. The black people, we were living a good life, whereby we were not competing, whereby if you find somebody walking barefooted, that was the a true African. Not nowadays. If you will find someone walking barefooted, he's some of the black people, they will take him or her as being a poor. But that was the way how black people, they were living. So this African sister, she's calling all the black people to not forget our roots, how we black people, we are supposed to live. It is back in our roots. We are now forcing ourselves as a black people to live like these people, how they want us to live. Because right now, I know we are developing the system, it is changing, but we black people, we should not forget how our culture, how we were living before these white people or these West people came to during the colonizers. Because these people also, during the colonization, these people, they came with their thing. They teach us black people a lot of things. They came with with the white God. They taught us black people to worship the white God, that God is white. So we black people, for a very long time, we've been worshiping a white God. And also, who told us God is white, or God, that this is the thing that these people, they came and confused us. Look how they have done our educational system, whereby as African people, we were, if you know something, if you are good in making the furniture, we were going and learning the furniture. But these people, they came with their educational system during slavery, and up to date, we as black people, we have failed in so many things. And also these people, they confuse us black people. But I really love the message that this lady, this African lady, she has come and sent across. Because I know we have some of the black people who they have been who they were taken away during slavery. Like, for example, the black Americans, they were taken away during slavery, during the transatlantic slave. And these people, because nowadays, majority of them, they were born in America, so they don't want to associate with the black people in Africa. And the same way with majority, with some, a few, I cannot say majority, because I know majority of the Caribbean people, the black people in the Caribbean, they really love Africa. And also majority of them, they want to come back in Africa. But we have a few also of them who they don't love Africa, who they don't want to come back in Africa, who they don't want to connect or associate with the black people in Africa, simply because of how the West people, they have taught them about Africa. You know, the West people, they have taught the black Americans, some of the black people in the Caribbean. Africa, it is a bad country. Africa, people, they are dying, they are poor. Africa, it is all about struggle. And that's why we have a few of the black people who they don't want to come back in Africa. But for me, I really love Jamaica, because Jamaica, it is that one country which shows love, and also they usually protect Africa. So Jamaica, it is that #1 country in the Caribbean which always connect and appreciate Africa so much. And because of that, I keep on talking about Jamaica. And this is tell you that these black people who they were born or they were raised in America or in some in Caribbean, in some of the black countries in the Caribbean, the reasons to why they don't want to connect is because of how these white people, they have teach them, or they have shown them the images about the Africa, how Africa it is bad, and that's why they don't want to connect. But for me, I can tell them that these people, they are spoiling your mind. These people, they don't want us black people to unite. These people, they are the ones who ruin our African country. And this sister, she's calling all black people not to forget your way, not to forget your culture, not to forget where you came from. We all black people, we came from Africa. Africa, it is the motherland, and all black people, we came from Africa. And also, we should go back to our roots and culture. We should continue practicing way before the colonizers, they came to our country. We were living a good life. We were living a life which it is natural. Look how these people, they have come and confuse us when it comes to the agriculture. These people, they have come with some of the chemicals they are putting in our lands. They have given us some of the things that our plant nowadays, it is grow faster. And also when we take this food, our life, it is become short. Our lifespan, it is becoming low. We cannot reach at the age of 80. Nowadays, it is so very difficult for a person to reach at the age of 80 or 90, simply because these white people, they came with a lot of things to confuse us black people. And our sister, she's saying that we need to go back to our roots as the black people. We black people, we were also doing better when before these colonizers came to our country. And this is one of the reasons to why I've decided to share this video with my all black people, the Jamaican, the black people in the Caribbean, the black Americans, that we all came from Africa. And also, we should come and we should be back in our roots and culture. We should start practicing our ways of life before these West people, they came. I know these West people, they came and confuse and brainwash us black people. The other day, I was telling you that these people, they are the ones who they are making us black people not to support each other. These people, they are making us black people not to come together, simply because they know that if we black people will come together, these people, they will be in a problem. They will not benefit from Africa or from the black people. These people, they really depend so much to the black people, and that's why they keep on brainwashing us black people. They keep on confusing us black people so that we cannot know what we are doing in this world. But for me, I can tell them that their time, it is numbers. African, we are waking up, and that's why I came, and that's why I keep on sending and showing you these videos of African, and telling you, my fellow black people, to come together. And also, we should not forget our roots, where we came from, our culture. We should not forget our culture. And also, I really love Jamaica because up to date they are practicing African culture. And also, these people, they love Africa so much to an extent. They went ahead and used some of the African language in some of the African words in their language. Look at the patois. Patois, it is made of English and some of the African language. So this tell you that these people, they really love Africa. Although they went through forced slavery, although they went through a lot, these people, they maintain and keep African culture and African word. So this tell you that Jamaica, it is love. It is that country which it cannot forget its roots from Africa. The same way Jamaica, they are not forgetting their roots from Africa. The same way that I want to tell my Black Americans also to start connecting with the Black people from Africa, with the African, and also they should be back at home, because right now I told you that revolution, it has started here in Africa. Some of our African country, we are kicking out and we are changing the system. We are removing the colonizer system. We are now implanting the African system, the same way what it is happening in Burkina Faso. You have seen what Ibrahim Traore is doing, is removing the colonizer system. He has also introduced African uniform in Burkina Faso. So right now the Burkina Faso student or the children, they are wearing African attires. So this is tell you that the system, it is now changing. So kindly guys, subscribe if you haven't, like this video.